Hello everyone, this is WCB5 fan here, and before I start with this video, I just want to give you guys a quick update on how my COVID status is doing. I'm doing fine, just occasional sore throats, but they're very slight, so they're mild, so yeah. And I'm gonna be out of quarantine tomorrow at the time you're watching this, so yeah. But this video is recorded on November 2nd, so yeah. Anyway, but let's get to this video. Now, this video actually is typically it's the Week 9 Thursday Night Football schedule, which I'll get to that. But first, I want to make up the Week 8 broadcast information schedule because I wasn't able to do that last week because of my COVID symptoms. They're better this week than they were last week. Sorry about that, guys. That's my roommate. In case if you're hearing the yeah thing, that's my roommate doing his singing. So yeah. Um. Anyway. So let's begin, shall we? All right. First up in Week 8, we've got the Thursday Night Football schedule, which will be the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game would be called by Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. The referee for that game would be Carl Cheffers. And in Baltimore, you would get this game on WMUR ABC2 in Baltimore. And in Tampa, you would get this game on WTVT Fox 13. And by the way, if I haven't said so, in Baltimore, the ABC affiliate is Channel 2. Now let's talk about the Sunday games. Before we get to that, first we've got a London game to talk about. It's the Denver. Sorry about that, guys. That was my staff that came in. Anyway, sorry about that noise in the background. Anyway, so the Sunday morning game you get for the London game would be the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. That game would be called by Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Dan Orlovsky, and you would get this game on the ABC affiliate in Denver, which is KMGH Channel 7, and in Jacksonville you get this game on WJXT Channel 4. The referee for this game is Adrian Hill. Now let's talk about the NFL afternoon games. Let's start with Fox because they have the doubleheader this week. So first up, we've got the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. That game will be called by Adam Amin, Daryl Johnston, and Pam Oliver. The referee for this game will be Brad Rogers, and that's the majority of you are going to get this game. So next up, we've got the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. That game will be called by Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Shannon Spake. And then the referee for this game is Sean Huckley, and you'll get this game in the following media markets: Eugene, Oregon; Honolulu, Hawaii; any media market in Georgia; any media market in South Carolina; and any media market in North Carolina. Finally, in this early game time slot, we've got the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. That game will be called by Chris Myers, Mark Schlereth, and Christina Pink. And the referee for this game is Brad Allen. And you will get this game in the following media markets: any media market in Montana, any media market in North Dakota, any media market in South Dakota, any media market in Minnesota, Des Moines, Iowa, and any media market in Arizona. So yeah. Now let's talk about the Fox late games. First up is the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. That game will be called by Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olson, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi. The referee for this game is let's see, who is it? John Hussey. And you will get this game in many of the media markets. Next up, we've got another game that's going to be called in a lot of these media markets that I'm going to be discussing, which will be the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. That game will be called by Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, and Laura Oakman. The referee for this game is Jerome Boger, and you will get this game if you live in the following media markets: any media market in Washington, any media market in Alaska, any media market in Oregon, any media market in Idaho, any media market in Montana, El Paso, Texas, Odessa, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Lubbock, Texas, Abilene, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Waco, Texas, Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Rio Grande Valley, Texas, and Corpus Christi, Texas, as well as Panama City, Florida; Tallahassee, Florida; Jacksonville, Florida; Orlando, Florida; actually any media market in Florida, in that matter; Macon, Georgia; Columbus, Georgia; Savannah, Georgia; Nashville, Tennessee; Lexington, Kentucky; Cincinnati, Ohio; Dayton, Ohio; Columbus, Ohio; Cleveland, Ohio; Charleston, West Virginia; any media market in Pennsylvania; any media market in New Jersey; any media market in New York; any media market in Connecticut; any media market in Rhode Island; any media market in Vermont; any media market in Massachusetts; any media market in New Hampshire; and any media market in Maine. Oh God! Now we got one game left to talk about though on the Fox window. That game is the Washington Commanders, the Indianapolis Colts. That game we called by Brandon Gaudin, Robert Smith, and Jen Hale, and the referee for this game is Craig Rolstad, and you will get this game if you live in the following main markets: Austin, Texas, any market, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, any main market in Virginia, and Washington D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland, and Salisbury, Maryland too. While we're at it, so those are all the Fox games. Now let's talk about the games on CBS. First up, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's called by Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. And the referee for this game is Clete Blakeman. And the majority of you are going to get this game. Next up, the New England Patriots, the New York Jets. That game we called by Iron Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn. The referee for this game is Sean Smith, and this is a convenient one because you'll be getting this game if you live in any media market in New England or any media market in New York, as well as any media market in New York State. That includes, and yes, I mean all the media markets that are licensed in New York, located in New York State, in case you're wondering. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. That game will be called by Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. The referee for this game is Scott Novak, and you'll get this game if you live in the following meat markets: any meat market in Utah, any meat market in Nevada, Boise, Idaho, so any meat market in California, any meat market in Louisiana, Tupelo, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and Mobile, Alabama. Next up, we've got the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions. That game will be called by Andrew Catalon, James Lofton, and Aditi Kinkabwala. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyway, the referee for this game is Alex Kemp, and you will get this game if you live in the following meat markets: any meat market in Michigan, South Bend, Indiana, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, and any meat market in Florida. And then the last game we've got to talk about is the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. And that game will be called by Greg Gumbel, Adam Archuleta, and AJ Ross. And you will get this game if you look. The referee for this game, by the way, is Clay Martin, and you will get this game if you live in the following markets: Birmingham. No, not sorry. We're just talking about that. Minneapolis, Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, I forgot to mention, Honolulu, Hawaii will also be carrying the Dolphins and Lions game, by the way. So back to the Titans, Texans. You'll get this game if you live in the following markets: Phoenix, Arizona, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Odessa, Texas, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Waco, Texas, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, Rio Grande Valley, Texas, any market in Tennessee, Huntsville, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Minneapolis, Minnesota, if I haven't said so, and Chicago, Illinois. So, and now we got to talk about the Monday Night Football game. That game will be called by that game will be featuring the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns. That game will be called by Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Lisa Salters. And the referee for this game is Bill Vinovich. And you will get this game in Cincinnati on WCPO ABC 9, and then in Cleveland you'll get this game on WEWS ABC 5. So now we are going to talk. So that's it for Week 8. Now let's talk about the week. Before I wrap up, we will talk about the Thursday Night Football game for Week 9. That game will feature, will be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. That game, of course, will be called by Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. And then the referee for this game is Craig Rolstad. And you will get this game in Philadelphia. You will get this game on WPHL Channel 17. And in Houston, you'll get this game on KTXH My 20 in Houston. So, yeah. On Sunday, we will discuss the NFL games for Week 9. So, yeah. So, thank you all for watching and have a great day.